fences all the way around the bottom. So they've obviously got fluffos.
Okay, yeah. I heard about this place last year. Never did sort of get round to getting round, but huh?
I had a stone in
Oh,
my
did
shoe.
you? Oh, sorry. I thought you said you had a sewing machine.
What? Sewing machine?
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Why would I say that?
You okay with them?
Why would I say that?
I know. I don't know. I thought you said you had a sewing machine. You see? Oh, another doggly. Hold on. No, be good. No, Basil. Yeah, it was chips. That's all. Barking. It's all the barking for.
Honestly, don't want the
Honestly.
barking. You're scaring all the worst.
Why do you do the barking? Right then. Okay. Welcome to Dogman TP Hunting. And at the moment, we're in a place called Fundridge, which is Essex or Hertfordshire. Hertfordshire. And we're going towards Little St Mary's Church, but locally known as, let's see if you can see that. Yeah, see that? Yeah, Cold Christmas Church. Cold Christmas Range Camp. So I think it's down this way. Beautiful day, spring day, and the dogs are both clean, thank goodness. They're with us, Ruby and Basil, and Roxy B, she's with us as well, of course, because at the moment I'm out but with a stick, you can see. So, but at least I'm out. Haven't really been out since the operation, so you know, a nice sort of trot on a lovely day. What's better than that, you know? So this is a really interesting place we're going to. It was a church, obviously. There's only the tower left now, and quite a haunted place. But it has spectres, so there's been people that have seen two people in a car, in an old 1920s, 30s car, and the people were sat inside with blank faces. So that's been spotted there. And also there's one account of, there was a lady that went to this place, and there's now a tower, right? But I'll tell you more about it when we get there. There was this army, like a Roman army, that came out of the tower towards her and just walked past. She swore, absolutely blind, she swore blind, that's what she saw. Very interesting. Originally, it was thought that the church was odd because it was built on a north-south facing location, which is very odd for churches. Usually they're east-west. So you've had a lot of satanic, groups and cults coming around there thinking that it's got satanic leanings, the church has. But in actuality, the way it was built, evidently it's not. It was on the original east-west. So it's a bit of a fallacy. But, you know, with these groups, black mass groups, they they want to believe what they want to believe, you know. It's just the way of it. I think we can see it over there now. Hold on, let me just check. Okay, I don't know if you can see that in the distance, but let me get a close up of it. There we go. that is Little St Mary's Church, and what is left, which is the tower. Really beautiful. Closer look. See if there's anything around there. Okay, let's see if we can't get over there. Okay, be back in a tick. Here we go. Let's follow the path, shall we? You right, Rube? Good girl. They're getting on a little bit now. Ruby's 14 and Basil, black and tanned one, will be 14 in October. We're only a little bit older than that.
It's a good path.
Very lovely path, isn't it?
Not muddy. I thought it would be crunching along the side of a field.
Yeah,
A proper path.
proper nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Bit too stony for Ruby's liking.
Oh, got the moon as well. Go on. Let's see.
Floaty.
Let's see. Hold on. Just got him just a minute. Just a tick. I need a tick. Thank you. I just want to get a picture of that. Wow. Oh no. Oh yeah. Okay. Not a believer in flat Earth really, but when you're in broad daylight like this, and you can see the sun one side, and then the moon over there, and the sun's just over here, it's like, really? It's how does that work? You know, kind of yeah, odd, you know, kind of moon over there, and just over there the sun. It's like, how does that, I don't know, it's weird. You know, if we're on a globe, surely, you know, people in Australia now, New Zealand, you know, they'd be seeing the moon, but we're seeing it as well at the same time. So, but as I say, I'm not a conspiracy buff on flat Earth. Okay. This was an unusual tower. This is an unusual tower. The reason it's unusual is because it was part of a church, and an awful lot of people believed that it was a north-south facing church, being that the altar was would be facing away from Jerusalem, whereas other churches traditionally always used to be east-west. Now, saying that, after research, I've found out that there is draft lines on the ground, which do outline a possible church being east-west. But looking at the tower, I can't say from a obvious viewpoint that it is. So it's quite it's an enigma. It's still an enigma to me. I mean, I take it to be east-west because of the draft lines, but looking at the tower, it's difficult to put a picture of that attached in any way, shape or form to a church facing that direction. It used to have a spire, and the spire on top of the tower was called the Hertfordshire Spike. It dates back to the 12th century. Previously, on that ground, like a lot of churches, they tend to be placed upon ground of previous either Roman or Celtic land which had religious significance. And pottery and stuff has been found in this land. Although I must say that no archaeological dig has been held here, which I find a little strange. So let's move on a little further now, shall we? As we get closer to the tower, we'll see that there was considerable damage done to gravestones, memorials, walls, and railings, which have been smashed and used to cause further damage. So, the tower itself is filled with rubbish and rubble. It's also blackened with fire damage, and hence why now it's cordoned off with Harris fencing to stop any further vandalism taking shape or form there. Inside, I must point out though, is, and so I understand, covered with rubble, is a spiral staircase. And that spiral staircase in the tower leads all the way up to the top, where there used to be bells up there. But I shall cover this a little later. Around the 12th century, in the Domesday Book, it was called Little St Mary's Church, because St Mary's Church in Ware was its mother church. The name it got, the nickname locally, was for this tower now, and the church which was there before it was demolished in 1538, I believe, is called Christmas Church, due to the horrifically cold winters that used to wash over the area hundreds of years ago. The most ghostly story that now sits in the minds of those who visit Cold Christmas Church is that of when tens of children perished during one of those cold snaps decades ago. These local children were all buried in the church graveyard, which still remains today, and they now are meant to haunt this church graveyard. Over the years, ghost hunters have heard children moaning and crying in the church graveyard, and it's claimed that they've even been seen as apparitions standing there right in front of these ghost hunters. Okay, let's talk about a couple of the stories. So, a couple of the ghostly stories from this place. A recent notable story from 1978 about the church is regularly discussed by ghost hunters. So it goes like this. A woman during this year was apparently walking through the grounds of the church enjoying the sights and history. While she walked, she was allegedly soon alerted to a huge army of ghosts that marched straight through the door of the tower. Horrifyingly, the army then marched straight through the woman, and she was naturally just freaked out. That is one story. The other one is quite interesting. The other one, a person, what looked to be an old vintage 1920s style motorcar with two people sitting in the front, staring blankly ahead, while driving along the narrow country lanes towards this old church. These are just a couple of stories which have been told about this mysterious cold Christmas over the years. Okay, a little bit about the village itself. Funbridge was actually about half a mile to the east of the current village and close to the River Rib.
The village name derives from an Old English word which means ridge belonging to the god Thor.
As I say, I think a lot of times they buried it off because there's been a fire in that tower where people have set fire to it. There's evidently a ton of rubble inside it, and you know, you get people that think they're into the dark arts coming round, and occultists thinking because it was a north-south facing church that it was a satanic church, which is not the case. Very beautiful tower, but you know, I'll go into some of the stories in a little bit.
Okay, what I'm going to show you in a minute is the Quarterfall and Pelham Buckle. On the south face side of the tower, it's carved panel clearly showing a quarterfall shape inside a circle with a Plantagenet roses and fleur-de-lis motif. Now, originally, this has a long history with Sussex. So the Pelham Buckle symbol was granted to John de Pelham, whose family had owned the manors of Pelham, Hertfordshire, since before Norman conquest, in recognition of Pelham's role in the capture of the French king Jean II at Poitiers in 1356. Now, all of these Pelham buckles, mostly there was 3 here, there's only 1 remaining, but mostly they all belong to the family now in Sussex. And why the buckle allegedly appears here first and uniquely outside of Sussex remains a mystery to this day. Now, 6 bells are associated with this tower and with the old church, at least 4 of which still survive, hanging in St Mary's Parish Church, Funbridge. Now, the name of these bells is interesting. The smallest and oldest is the treble bell, marked "John is my name" with a marker's stamp dating around 1460. The second bell, with inscription "Jesus be our speed," dates to 1623. The third bell, "Praise the Lord," was cast in 1631. The tenor bell, the largest in diameter and weight, is marked "John Deere made me" in 1580. John Deere was a bell founder in Hitchin who produced nearly 50 known bells around 1603 for he was murdered for he was executed for murder in 1603, sorry, in an alehouse brawl. Okay. Most interestingly about the bells is the church goods record from 1552 records that Funbridge Steeple, aka Little St Mary's and All Hallows, this tower, also had a source bell, aka Saint's Bell or Sanctus Bell, rung. Now, when they used to ring it, it was to signal that something supernatural was taking place. Records also show in 1886 state that a 21-inch bell hung at the old church inscribed Osborne, founder, Bishopsgate, London, in 1853. That was what was written on it. It had been commissioned as a toll bell for the continuance of funerals at the old churchyard in 1853. It is not known when or for certain to where this bell was removed. The whole of the graveyard was enclosed by an 8-foot wall originally. Remnants of it you can see on this film. The crypt of the old church remains the resting place of members of the gardeners of Funbridgebury. 3 headstones show the impact of the pre-antibiotic era on child mortality. 3 girls died between November and Christmas Day 1802.
Not sure where that leads. Isn't it lovely? It's a nice spot, isn't it?
That's what.
Really nice spot. It is lovely.
Very popular.
It is, yeah.
It's like a non-stop stream. Shivering is so far from anything.
Mm.
People just make a beeline for it.
Yeah. You right, Basil? Basil boy. This is Basil. Bless me hotly. It's getting warm now, isn't it? We've been for long. They have had water.
Yes.
We always take water out, don't we? And her. But it's like they are getting on. There's a bit of a trek. It is a bit of a trek.
I do hope that these places are not demolished anymore. If anything, they should be protected, because they hold our past and they hold secrets. This one in particular has mystery about it, and it has a history, and it's a precious thing nowadays, because so much of people's lives are kind of transient. What we have is quite transient. We have the internet, we have SD cards, we have this, and will they survive 3, 4, 500 years in the future? This has, essentially. And I think it's a testament to us to kind of take heed of, what our ancestors have left us, and it's for the future generations as well, to know that there was a history. We do come from a history, that is tangible. We can see it, feel it, touch it. It's there. So I do hope that this is not the start of something which is kind of taken down at some point and just bulldozed over and made way for another housing estate, or it's sad to see. It's lovely to see in one aspect that it survived as it has, and it's lovely to see the mystery and the stories surrounding it, and the accounts from people of what they've seen and heard, echoes of the past. But I hope that these echoes from the past still keep echoing. I hope they still keep reminding us of our past.
What's that, boykin? It's like, yes, you're filming me, aren't you? You right, Boobs?
The plane.
It's a busy area, isn't it? Lots of planes going over.
Bird again.
That's where we came from.
No, when the wind kicks up.
Hmm?
When the wind kicks up, it's quite cold.
Get what?
Cold in the wind.
Cold in the wind, yeah. And do you know what? Last week, part of it is I didn't go out because it was quite chilly in the wind and very blowy.
Yeah.
Rather than a little dizzy, he was like, oh. You know, she doesn't like it, but she doesn't like a lot really. There's not a lot she likes.
Very particular about the weather.
Yeah, very particular. She likes it sunny, but still. Yeah. Yeah. She likes it sunny, but still. Not right, Basil. That's right. She does, she told me. I'm good. I'll just do my shoe up, love. Oh yeah. Concrete steps that go nowhere. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Ruby, Ruby. Ruby, what's all that noise, eh? What's all that noise? Up here should be the river, I think. More concrete steps leading nowhere. It is odd.
Why have you got steps facing away from each other with railings that go nowhere?
Which one, sorry?
Look, it's facing away from that one. It's like steps are going up that side, steps are going up that side. So it's like something is going either side of that. There's nothing. And there's railings.
I
And the
know.
other thing I was thinking of, could it be where you would mount on a horse if you fell off?
Do you think so?
Go up a couple of steps and hop on your horse? Don't know.
It's odd when you think, yeah, because there's one over there we passed, isn't there?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, there's one here.
One there and one that side. Is it because of the noise of the thing might spook the horses and that's an ideal point to get back on? I don't know.
Maybe. It's odd, isn't it?
I just, yeah, very odd. Could go up there and wait. Just go here.
Yeah, it can do. Yeah, why not? Because
Just go here.
the dogs are so cute.
Public Brideway 24. So when we look it up, we can see where Public Brideway 24 goes to.
Yeah. He's a good looking lad, yeah. Good looking boy. That one with the orange t-shirt. He's waving at you, Ruby. It's like, no, really.
That's
I said, well, I just want the aircon on in the car. Get the aircon on. That's it. That's it. I feel much better. Drink of water in the aircon. That'd be lovely.
Very nice. Very nice.
See, it's very lovely, isn't it? I think it's really nice. Really nice little walk.
It's very, very popular. Considering
It
it's
is.
nowhere. There's just
Yeah.
so many people.
It's got quite a history to it. You know. There's not many little gems like that of history, which,
Right on the doorstep.
yeah. Ooh, public footbath. Looks like that public footbath goes through that house.
Yeah.
Maybe we walk through their lounge or something.
Maybe you do. Weird, isn't it?
Hmm.
Really skirts round back in that tree or something up there. Hot away. Long distance footpath. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You can probably see that on the audience survey map. Can't you?
Where does this path go? Scan me.
Oh,
Do you want me to do that?
scan it.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
See, unless you do something like, you know, to get dropped off and then picked up.
Yeah. This makes a nice change from like usually it's like Epping Forest
Yeah,
and
it's very nice.
makes a nice change.
I'm back this way. It's a bit more of a wander, but
Yeah, no, I will be. I'm going to come back to pick up the microphone anyway. So I've got to come back tomorrow. Probably come back towards evening time anyway.
Yeah.
For a little evening stroll. You know, it starts getting a bit dark.
yeah.
Start off about 6 here, I suppose. 7.
Dark way, so,
Huh?
you know, it's dark by 8.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll give me plenty of time.
Quite fast flowing that.
It is, isn't it? Ruby's like, well, you're going to have to bring the trolley tomorrow. She said, yes. So do you know that little plastic trolley that which you used to, you got to use to put shopping on, that you never use? The Hannibal Lecter one. She said, well, just take that and plonk me on that. And,
I'd hardly plump you on that route, but
oh, she'd go on it, I bet you. Rather than walking, she'd go on it.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Strap her to it, just a little.
She'd love it.
She would like to be leaned back propped up. The forward round with me.
People. Come on. Very pretty, very pretty indeed. Oh yeah. They make a lot of noise. Do you know what's funny? When they're off the lead, they're fine.
I know, we see you. We see you.
Ruby.
No. I think it's part of our plan. Cheers. A mixture of the two of them. Oh, Basil, you're such a grunt. You're such a grunt. You're gorgeous, you're gorgeous. Does that do?
Right.
Come on.
Basil's so noisy.
Come
Noisy old man.
on. He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right, Grumpy, what's it? Look, it's all straight now.
Oh yeah, it's also he's done his bit, yeah. So
I scared that dog off. See me?
he's like, yeah.
Look, it's tiny. I scared it.
Yeah, he said, look at me. I've done my job.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's right, done my job.
It's such a bully.
Strutting his stuff, it's like, yeah.
Pint-sized bullies.
That's it. So you see
Sprint
the,
up the bottom.
yeah, I soon told that little young thing what to do. Yeah.